should be on, right? Ah, there we go. There's one or going on outside. Anyway, hello, Heya, how you doing? So today gonna play a game called Holocure. Kira? Well, it's a fan game based on something like similar to the Vampire Survivor, but instead of vampires and live members. Because I went to the AX last weekend, I'm kind of like all worn out, so instead of doing the FPS, which I need to be pretty decently awake, I'll play something a bit more chill in a way. Well, not really chill in a sense, but a bit more less demanding. Anyway, let's get going. So I thought that we like there's 5 characters in the whole main. Yeah. About 24 minutes in each for the straight mode. And that should be give me about decent amount of stream time. So I thought I would just try it like that. Right. Let's start with the first one. What? Yeah, I don't have the all of the console unlocked, so I'm missing like I'm missing a few items. Well, it should be fine for either way though. Anyway, let's get started. I like the Suspect, the sound. It's pretty decent remix as well, so it kinda loops quite well. The character-wise, Watson's basic attack is just a dot, 3 dots on either left or right side, so it's like a dot attack, which is kinda not really not something I'm good with because I'm pretty bad at aiming. It should be fun. It's kinda hard to deal with the enemies that come towards you from the top and bottom. Sideways, it's pretty decent, I think. Yeah, it's a kind of different type of spin. I don't know what to say in a sense. I have no idea how the pacing works on this in terms of the presenting this. And I've been playing this a lot whenever since the game out. It's kind of very addicting. It's not really sort of a game that I play. What do you call this? Like a roguelike. Happy. Like it's like a roguelike size. What do you call it? It's like a twin stick shooter sort of thing. First of all, I'm not. One of the main reasons I'm not good at games like this, and second reason is any kind of roguelike is that I spend half an hour on this and I make a small mistake and it's all over and I have to start all over again. So I'm feel to it. So I'm not really good at what do you call it? I'm not really fan of. Yeah, this one with a Watson, with any other character I will just walk up or above and down, but with this game, with Watson, I usually just poke a hole on the side because if there's an enemy coming up from the top or bottom, it's really hard to deal with the basic weapons. Oops. Yeah. What else can I say? The special attacks, everything slows down, you speed up. Not too bad at dealing with enemies. Damage delivery. Dun 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 dun. Body pillow. Yeah, body pillow. All the items in this game are kind of referencing everything, so it's kind of interesting as a overall thing. And and I apologize if I sound so dead because I'm so. Probably should just sleep, but I haven't been. Probably the best if I just sleep. But thing is that it's been a while. But and I don't wanna be much worse than I already is. So I want to keep up going at it. Well, either way. So AX was sort of the first time I went to a big con. It's the second time in overall any. Blah, blah, blah. It's the second time I've been to any kind of convention. First one was the ALA, which was a bit smaller, decently sized, but much smaller than the AX is. And it was the first time I ever cosplayed anything. It's not much of a cosplay because I was just putting on a apron. And I made a small hat, simple hat. For wig from. Also interesting, I guess. It's not something I have never done before, and just I don't know how to behave in a sense because I was with a friend who's been cosplaying a bit longer. And when someone's cosplaying, there's kind of random person comes in and oh, can I take your picture? And both party just kind of stand there and picture, which is like okay, what do I do? I don't know, you feel into it. But I guess that's the fun of it, right? It's meeting strange people and talking about the common interests, which is kind of rarity nowadays. The talking to people. Where was I? Yeah, so basically yeah, basically I don't know what to do when someone asks for a picture and I kind of awful is that. Oh, okay. Because my cosplay was pretty simple. Happened like 3-4 times maybe, but I don't even know how to like keep up the conversation. I don't know what's the proper way to respond to things. Kind of awfully smart. Well, although smart doesn't really show up because you're wearing a mask. Yeah, sure, yeah, just follow around, just really goes on there really. Kind of regret that I never said actual greeting or the thing to try. Character. Oh, that's the new one. Yeah, I rarely upgrade the base weapons in mods, but I put a lot in my Amelia&Kiara. Let's put CCD in there. Ah, pretty good. Decently concentrated area of attack. No, I'm gonna upgrade right now. Where was I? It was kind of interesting because convention AX was very crowded, so I went there on Thursday to pick up the ticket, and Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday. First day, the Friday was a kind of a learning experience. I basically spent the half the day waiting in line. And saw one panel, I think. I don't remember exactly which one. Okay. What was it? On the second day it was a bit better, a bit more planned. We went there pretty early, just had trouble finding parking. And ended up paying $50 for which was like, oh, what the hell? Yes, everything was so expensive, like everything from get to the food to the parking. I guess that's why I didn't end up buying that much compared to the ALA. Only bought like a very few things, and only bought the few stickers and postcards and badges. Yeah, first day, oh no, second day, what did I do? Second day, so what kind of was that? One was the oh yeah, Vishojo and the Good Smiles. They had a panel about, so like there was short Q&A about the what's her name, the Iron Mouse and, sorry, I don't really watch Vishojo because I can tell, I don't really know the names, so yeah, the pink one, I guess, I don't know whatever it is. Basically a bit of a Q&A about what it means to be like streaming and what you got into and the basic stuff. Seems like a very seems very sincere group, but hard to tell from just like 10 minutes of the Q&A. After that, the Good Smile did like a whole this what was it? Figures, new figures lineup coming up with announcements. Problem is that all the characters and all the new figures, whatever, are something from that I've never watched. I know of them, but I really have no connection with them. Not connection, not even, what do you call it? I feel like I know. Interest is not a right word, I guess, but knowledge, I guess? No, I have very little knowledge of them. So, okay, that's cool. It's kind of interesting that because they have one prototype, that the grayscale, whatever. Okay. Shijaku, whatever, yeah. Then they're quite fresh also. What they say what they did was take those and carry on. It's a kind of precious thing, luggage, and just take them with them, take it to US with them in a plane, carry on. That makes sense, I guess. It's anything that's a fragile, you take one with you on the plane. Oh yeah, then we watched the the screen is always painful. The Full Metal Alchemist cosplayer fan movie thing, which is quite interesting. It's kind of, I feel sorry for my friend because he didn't watch the Full Metal and I just dragged him into there, into a big spoiler full of fan art, fan movie. The quality, the panel itself was pretty good, but one complaint I had of is that we had to wait in line for about an hour, which is typical wait lengths, pretty much all of the convention that AX, but problem was that there was no shade. It was like a middle of the way, hottest time of the day. Standing there for an hour, like with no shade, and just really, who thought this was a good idea to put the waiting line in direct line of sun with no tent or whatever over? And of course they had a priority in line, which if you had paid $100 or more, those were of course inside of the building. I don't know. I have a lot of complaint about the way the organization was in the convention, but oh well. I guess it's a pretty crowded event and there isn't too much they could do other than spending more money on things, but why would they spend more money on things? Huh? Yeah, so that was second day. Second day was pretty decent. Unlike first day, I had more time to look around the Odyssey and stuff, meet with a friend and talk about a few things. Of course, the Odyssey alley was way too crowded to actually buy anything. Just they basically just rocked with the Nekomata booths, bought the keychains. It's fun. I I know like people buy keychains, there's a lot, they buy a lot of them, but probably I don't really have a key. So I have about triple the amount of a keychain than I have keys. So it's kind of, okay, it kind of feels 정말 전부, which means object and object are flipped. So okay, pull up weapon. With the Watson, because of her main weapon is like a dot damage, collision is very small. These reds, bells, and fandom mascots are quite hard to deal with because they come from everywhere and they're pretty small target and you only can shoot to side. But when you have the boys love push this one. Let's kill some Fujoshi. Because it clears everything in circle. It's so easy to you can just stand there if you want to and just let that all deal with it. Oh, nice. Healing auto. Yeah. So at certain point in the game, if you have a good combination of things, you can just stand there and let your weapons deal with everything without really much doing anything. As long as you keep up the damage high enough so that they cannot get into your ring, you're pretty much all set. Let's see, Thursday was a pretty, basically got the hang of where to park, hang of where to go. So it was a pretty fulfilling day. Done most of things, done a lot of things. Saw 3 panel, I think. No, 2. Yeah, my friend saw 3, I saw 2. I saw the so in the morning we came in early, parked in the West Hall, not the West Garage or whatever. Or was it one after that? I don't know. Which anyway, the one nearby convention park. One of my friends didn't pick up the badge. Not the badge. Didn't pick up the COVID wristband. So 2 of us was standing in line. 2 of us went there to get the band. Then we meet up and got in. 2 of them went to see the trash talk panel thing right away. And 2 of us, me and my friend, went to the artist alley. He had one artist saw at the Twitter that he wanted to check out. It's kind of interesting because I didn't know who that was, but when I got there and see the number of arts she had on the display and the what it called us it's the business card, and then I saw the name and said, this sounds familiar, and later I looked it up and it was the artist that I saw every now and then with the thumbnails and whatnot. Which I felt kind of interesting because oh yeah, so this is the sort of person I know, or I've seen a few times before. And here she is in person selling this. I don't know, I guess that's the main appeal of going to convention, right? Seeing people you probably have no business seeing. And oh well. Yeah, when I went to an artist alley on day 2, it was basically so packed I couldn't even walk properly. But when we went there, basically first thing in the morning, we had to wait in line until the venue actually opened for about half an hour, but got in there. Well, there was still quite a lot of line, but got in there, we could actually walk and see around, which was so I could have had a much easier time actually browsing what they had. There were a few tempting ones I really wanted to buy, but kind of advised myself against it because of the how much of money I was lacking, and I know there was a Kiara birthday merchandise to buy soonish, so kind of hesitant on any purchases. The only thing I ever bought on this convention was the Hololive Boost. Hololive Boost. I spent like half a day waiting in line, but I didn't get to buy the thing I wanted to buy. Anyway, I wanted to get the keychain, but that thing ran out about an hour or two before I could get to the order. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, only bought the few stickers and one keychain. Oh yeah, at the beginning I saw a guy, I met a guy, so also KFP employee. So we were waiting in line for the artist hall to open up. And he just approached me because I was wearing a KFP's cosplay. And he was also wearing apron. Kinda talked and he told me that he's gonna buy every Kiara keychain he could find in the venue. Yeah, I saw him at the end of the convention at the hangout. And he had like a 50 or so keychain, which was kind of crazy. Impressive. Kind of jealous too. Anyway, yeah, so Aristella was big chill. I dropped by the Nekomata again to buy the some postcard I could afford this time because I thought because of the first day parking was $50. I set aside the parking fee on my budget. But second day and third day we ended up being able to find the parking lot that's $25 or $30 on third day. So I had some money left over, so I bought the more stuff from them to support the KFP local artists, I guess. Also, they're pretty cute design as well. I feel like the Takanashi King had a considerable contribution towards solidifying the identity of the KFP employees in a sense. You know, if you look at the Takanashi King, they're so cute and fluffy. You just know that it's KFP employee. And a lot of people just took on the identity of the chicken employee, so that's second story. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so that was the first part of the morning. Then after we looking around for a bit, we regrouped with my other two friends. We talked a bit about the plan for the day, and me and one of my friends who went to the artist hour, we just decided to go to the there was the translation panel, like how to translate well Japanese to English sort of thing. Because my friend speaks pretty decent Japanese and also see as a hobby a bit of a side manga translation. He said he wanted to see that one, so I went there with him. So I thought, alright, so I know I don't really speak Japanese, but I do want to translate a few things, especially the clips. At least for the English to Korean. Since the Korean and English somewhat shares a few elements, there might be some decent tips that would help me with that aspect as well. So I went there and it was pretty simple to get in because it wasn't as popular like the other stuff, I don't know. And the quality of the lecture, not slides and lectures, whatever, the ideas she presented, and it was really good. It was almost more of the general tips on how to translate it in general, rather than strictly English to Japanese, not Japanese to English maybe in a sense. But there was a lot I could get out of the lectures, like keeping up with the intent and the rather than keeping up with the word to word, keeping up with the intent and deliveries and like the context and all this stuff, cultures and stuff. It was such a nice learning experience in a sense. Yeah, whenever I try to clip a few things, like especially Kiara tangents or messages to Korean, after I transcribe it and translate it, word to word, and it doesn't feel anything like it. It doesn't really do justice to what she was saying, so I just scrapped the whole idea. That's like, and I have like a 6 or so project that's just scrapped. Some of them are because the translation doesn't feel right, and some of them was because it was time sensitive thing, and I just blew past the deadline. Yeah. Anyways, I feel like if I try it now, I might be able to do it better. Yeah. Yeah. Conveying the intent of the scene as well, and keeping up with the context, cultural context, and nuances and stuff. It's interesting. So we saw that my friends went to regroup with the other friends. Me had another panel I wanted to see that I need to line up right away, which was a Ruby panel. Ruby itself isn't typically an anime show I would watch. Well, it is action, so it's full of actions. I would watch it, but I'm not too. I watched a little bit of the original, but not much. So I have like no nostalgia or like a very huge desire to watch it. But the thing was that I found out on the day 2 or so that Huke wasn't the key artist, the character key artist for the Ruby project was in AX. I know him through mostly from the Black Rock Shooter and the Kiara. But there's a good chance, since he's also listed as a guest at AX, that he will show up there, and feeling up he did. So let's see. I kind of slept through because I didn't really sleep the night before the night before, and so I was kind of really sleepy, so I kind of dozed off in the middle of the premiering for the episode 4, but I was awake for the Q&A session. He was wearing a plastic bag always. There's like small armor. Hey, almost at the end of the story mission. Yeah, so he was wearing paper bag, and when it was his turn to speak, the bag was kind of getting in the way of the microphone. So the guy next to him, forgot his name, but the director, I think also, kind of tore the bit of the side of the paper bag and basically created enough opening to have the microphone under his bag. That was pretty fun, I think. It's really nice that it's the one big thing I got out of the Q&A was how much it means to everyone involved. This project is like a lot of the things they talked about was the like a connection between Japanese style and US style, right? Because like, Ruby was the almost died there. Product of the basically a fan project that was inspired by Japanese style. Oh, that's a new idol cons, the coloration of idol song and glow stick. Throw glow stick in all directions like floating stones. Yay! Cheer them on. And now the Japanese studio is taking this US style. This is not this language style, but this different style of animation and adapting into a Japanese style animation. And the Q&A has a lot of mention of the original creators, and kind of like Cookie was saying, like a friend and meaningful connection with them, blah blah blah. Yeah. Huh. Complete. Pretty simple. Once you get used to this game, is that story mode is pretty simple. The hard challenge comes from the race mode. Right, next up, Gura. Gura has a very narrow but really long basic attack, so it's kinda fun to try to aim. But I'm not really good at aiming, so as you can see. I never get the one keep missing. I'm not good at this. Anyway, should have picked it up. Anyway, what was that? Yes, the Black Rock Shooter Q&A session was pretty cool. The translation was a translator. She was really good at translating too. That was interesting too. Anyway, yeah. Also, they had a raffle for the three people to get the signed poster of Ruby, signed by the bookies and whatever. Sorry, I forgot all the names because I'm really bad at names. The director, then all the creator, the shop, whatever, company, and storyboard or whatever. Also, had a video calling from the Dokomi and some other person. I don't remember the name of. I'm sorry. Anyway, where was I? I'm mixing up the order of things. They had a raffle for the sign poster. Of course, I didn't get it. I'm pretty bad at getting the raffle. They don't get it. Oh, whatever. Where was I? Then I meet up with my friend and went to look around the exhibition hall, did more around talking about the. Like there was also like Black Rock Shooter, no, Ruby booth that had the poster, not poster, the framed image of the artist, the character key art and the concept art for them. Then we looked around the Figma place, which is like figures for the all different stuff and like upcoming gallery and etc figures displayed. The front end was really cute. I really want to get it, but I don't know if I can afford. I don't know if they already are they even on sale now? I thought there was a pre-order. I guess I don't know if I can afford any of them right now. The AX net me about minus $200. I'm not gonna have any kind of income anytime soon. Yeah, come on. Also, where's my Tencho's figures? Come on. I know Cali is and Greg much more popular than the. Give me some. Serious figure. Because of this guy in the game has a narrow and long attack. So then push down the straight button and just let them come in one big line and just chop it down. So that we get it. Ow, ow. Okay, then we meet up. Looked around a few times. Then I went to the Hololive meetup, cosplay meetup. It was the first time I've been to any kind of a meetup with people I have no idea who they are all, like a stranger, total strangers in a sense. It's kind of interesting because it was a cosplay meetup, right? So I didn't really cosplay per se, well, like cosplay as KMP employee. But things they call out to the cosplayer because they took a turn. Right, everyone who's cosplaying Pekora come up and take a picture. Everyone cosplaying as Buddha come up and take a picture in a turn like that. Since I wasn't really cosplaying as a Hololive, it's not that I would have gone up even if I was, but it's not like I would have gone up if I was cosplaying as a Hololive, but still. Kind of just stand there, seeing everyone in a nice cosplay. Some are pretty funny because of the way they're cosplaying. Like a Matsuri one was like a very manly Matsuri. Kind of. Oh yeah, there was a big Yago face thing, about 15 feet, 20 feet or so, which was kind of cool. And there was a Watson cutout and the Gura cutout. 1-to-1 size, I guess, cardboard cutout. And sadly, only 2 Kiara. Really should have just did a photo, took a photo with them at least. But I was too nervous and too shy to ask them for what photos. What else? What else? So basically I left around an hour in because I was kind of freezing out from the giant crowd of people. I don't do too well in large group. And it kind of slowly shuts down in a sense. And there's a large group of people. Let's see. After the meetup, went to see my friend. Ate a fresh soft pretzel people. $6. Because I haven't eaten anything that day. Haven't slept that day, haven't eaten anything that day. It was a kind of brutal day. Because that day I tried to sleep, but I sort of couldn't sleep. I was I don't know what time, but I was still up around the 3 a.m. So basically what I ended up doing was I made an arm sleeve for the cosplay. Because originally I only just used the merchandise box as a cosplay item. Anyway, so well I didn't quite finish it in that 3 hour until my car ride, so I spent another an hour during the car ride to LA and carpool to finish it. And that one's kind of falling apart because I was I did such a bad job of sewing. But luckily the convention has a repair place. So just oh shit, this Kura run's gonna not go well. 8 minutes in almost, and I only have one weapon. Not even a call out. Anyway, what was that? Anyway, there was a repair section, so I go there and repaired it. Somewhat close, I guess. After that we looked around a bit more, talked to the friends for a while, and basically killing time until the masquerade. Masquerade was kind of meh. One thing was the type of contestants that was in there is not really up to our expectation, I guess. What we more want to see more is a kind of a choreography and story, skits and sort of thing. But what we ended up having most of the time was having was dance off basically. Okay, it's cool, it looks nice, but okay. After like 2 or 3, it's like, alright, I don't really care anymore. I mean, it takes a lot of skill, it looks good and all that stuff, but I don't know, doesn't really... I'm not really too interested in the dancing. Just like a little skits and whatever, they were cool. And the sword choreography was a pretty cool one as well. But I sort of like fall asleep in the middle of it. But well, one thing I haven't really stepped that day, and two, most of it didn't really interest me. Which is a kind of bad thing to say to people who work hard on the things, but I'm sorry, I can't be helped. I can't be liking everything just because they spend effort on it. I know it's a very bad thing to say to people, but... So kind of left in the middle of it. Then we wander around the one of the hall for just talking and taking pictures. Yeah, then went home. That was like 11. Yeah. One thing I liked though was before we went to the masquerade, there was the performance, or like a small ones, like small stage set up so that some people can perform there. Like not really ticketed or even though I don't think that's sort of a small indie groups band or whatever. What was her name there? I looked it up. And I didn't know what the name was when I was watching it, but I looked it up the name after when I went home. Yeah, something Barnett, I think. That was the person, idol performing. I really like the performance, kind of singing, dancing, and engaging, making jokes and telling a story about things. Which reminds me a lot of the show. If I knew the masquerade was gonna be that uninteresting to me, I would have just stayed at the performance stage, and watched her perform. Alright, this is bad. This is bad. Because a small target and narrow attack range is kinda hard to deal with as a Gura. Luckily they don't really do much damage when they run into them. Yeah, if I knew that the masquerade was gonna be that disinteresting, I would have stayed just the extra an hour, or however long the performance of her was. Just stayed at the stage all and it was working well. Oh well, okay. Yeah, well, this was the first time me cosplaying it, so one thing I have to wonder is like, what's the proper response to when someone asks me to take a picture of it? Did I talk like this already? I was sort of just like a smile and just awkwardly pause random stuff and... Wait, I already talked about this already, huh? Oh well, okay, let's skip that and... Yeah, this grotto is not going to work. This isn't good. Oh shit. Yeah, so the 6. Probably I would prepare a bit more better next time in terms of cosplay. Probably. Oh yeah, but I made a bet with my friend that since there was like a no Kiara for such a long time, that if there was no Kiara for the 3 days, if none of us was a Kiara for the next 3 days, I would cosplay Kiara because no one is Kiara, someone has to be, then might as well be you with Kiara, like be the change you want to see in the world and stuff like that. Well, luckily there was a Kiara on the 3rd day, so my friend will cosplay as front. And I'll cosplay as the around this, I guess. But that's the next year, it's gonna take a while. And time comes that I need to prepare for it. Oh, game's lagging. I need to go up so I can pick up the boxes. Oops, on my stomach. Oh. Pick up the boxes they drop. Yeah, prepare a bit more. I didn't realize how uncomfortable it would be to cosplay. I'm so used to wearing like a jacket and long sleeve, and suddenly I'm wearing this no jacket, short sleeve with the arm sleeve hanging on. It's so uncomfortable. And that was a cosplay that barely had a restriction on movement, right? I wonder how people who does like really fancy and like very hard to move around cosplay last so days. Yay, try that. I don't need it. One second. YouTube is complaining about something. You're complaining about the bitrate I'm sending you. Fine, I'll move it better to you, wherever you. Probably it's a good idea too, because I don't want to wait. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. No. Alright, let's see if we survived. Where was I? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I rarely talked about the items and currency. Ah shit. I thought I could fit through the gap. Game over. Gra run failed. Oh well, I don't have time to retry it, so I'll move on if I have extra time. I'll come back to it. Oh well, this is what I get for not really doing too well. Not really being good at this game like this. Now Ina is similar to Gra that has a directional, long and narrow, but much bigger basic attack. Which is kind of cool. Ina has some special skill that's more of the turning them into doing your side stuff. Anyway, yeah, my friend did a box cosplay. It was much more intricate. He had to put on makeup, he had to put on eye color thingy, and yeah, overall much more harder to do. Suspect. Pickle song. Who was it? It was the Akiroze and Dokomi and one other person I cannot remember the name of song. Yeah. Another lyrics. Anyway, more XP. Probably not. Usually, story mode doesn't really make sense too much to go for the long-term benefits like XPs and critical ops and something like that. But no, I'm not really optimizing anything. I'm just casually playing. Which is a problem with me in every other game. Like whenever I play games, I just go, well, it's good enough, rather than trying to get improvement on things, like optimize or anything like that. I just say, oh, it's good enough. Yeah, it's good enough, it's good enough. And just go with call it a day. Which is problematic. Oh, the lack of sleep's getting to me a little by little. I don't know what to say. Yeah, my eyes are heavy. I think Ina was pretty strong in terms of the end game. But I'm not really playing till the end game. I'm just playing story mode, so it shouldn't make much difference. They're usually all about the same sense. At least it shouldn't be. I should be able to finish the game in story mode. Unless I mess up some big time. I always like those things, the alternating coming thing. I move up to one side and dodge it, then wrap around and take the place that was the other one was occupying, because it's always guaranteed to be empty. If that make any kind of sense. I probably should sleep. I'm not getting sleepy. What time is it? It's been an hour, right? Yeah, it's been about 40 minutes, 50 minutes. Credit card. Holova or Coulter? Maybe suicide. Need more damage. Yeah, that was bad. Running right through the enemy hole is iffy strategy, but I was out of space to walk. My visions are getting a bit blurry because I'm sleepy. Not good. I wonder what's the story behind the Takanashi with the helmet on. Is it just a upgrade version, or is there anything like a stream lore that makes them wear a helmet? Wake up. Ah. Where was I? Oh yeah, the parking, AX parking. So there was like a bunch of private parking around the area. They clearly had a sign. It's usually go 15. Usually go say 15. But whenever there's like an event, and there's a whole lot of demands for parking, they slide the 5 over, made it get to 50 a day. Oh well, that's capitalism for you, I guess. Supply and demand. I think my friend did a reservation far away from the convention, which ended up being costing like maybe $8 or something for a whole day. It's a pretty good deal, but it was pretty far place to park, like 5-6 blocks away. So. Food. I really had eaten anything outside of convention, so on the day 1 I bought like chicken sandwich. Day 2, no, day 1 my friend bought me those bread thingy, not bread, little like pocket of a, what do you call those, no, not like a little bread thing. Ate those. Second day I had a chicken sandwich, which was kind of bad and expensive. It was like $16 or something. And third day I barely ate anything. I ate only the pretzel, I guess. Other than the day 0, the Thursday when we went to pick up ticket. There was like a authentic Mexican place a few blocks away. It was really good. Almost like a decent price, and taste was good, portion was good. I don't remember the name because my friend was the one that opened and led us there. What was it again? What was this? Oh, the sweet say da da da. Okay. What was this? What was this stuck on my head? Whatever. Pretty good so far. No collab weapon yet, but just regular weapons are decent damage. Enough so that I can clear a path. Let's see what else. There were so many people at AX. I'm afraid that the virus can spread in that 10D. There were like some number of people who wasn't wearing masks either. So if any of them or anyone around them was completely infected, it's not spread. Anyway, whatever. Let's see. So second day, the Saturday, was my turn to drive. What ended up happening is I don't have a GPS, I don't have a data where I had a phone. So I rely on the actual physical map to navigate. What ended up happening is I missed the turn, went to the wrong place. So we were like 20-minute delay, so we couldn't see the panel originally we were going to see. Which was the Iron Mouse, not Bishojo panel thing. Which is unfortunate, there was a pretty big news there that I missed. Oh well. But we just ended up seeing the Blue Smile panel right after that, which in turn meant I missed the case. Oh well. Oh well, so day 2 was a day of a missing. Missed a lot of things on day 2. Day 3 was pretty good. It went pretty well. Other than me not sleeping at all and not eating much. Oh yeah, funny thing, on day 1, so Friday, the security check-in guy recognized the Happy cosplay and called our AKP. Problem was I didn't know how to respond to it. So I said yay and just got in. I don't know. I really need to know how to. I need to know how to properly interact with people. There was the also volunteer on the last day. Hey KFP, can I take a picture with you? And also I'm a Toa fan or whatever. He had a Toa last one. Yeah, I didn't know how to respond to that either. So I kind of hey, KFP represent. Moved on, I think. Yeah, I kind of freezes whenever there's new people, and then one of the reasons I'm doing this too is to be able to sort of function in terms of talking to people, because I've been forcing myself to talk and getting more practice in talking while doing this. Even the quality is pretty poor, practice is practice. And you can sort of control the situation you're in, that you're talking about a little bit. Whatever. I sound so dead right now because I'm so sleepy right now. Yeah, I'm playing the game in more or less autopilot. My head is keep trying to think of a topic to talk about, which is kind of not working. Funny enough, I didn't really hear any fireworks yesterday. I don't know if it's because it's far away from the house or because I was just kind of so dead tired I just slept right through or anything. But I didn't really care any fireworks. Which is a good thing, I don't like fireworks too much. Or, not really fireworks per se, but the loud, random loud noises, I don't like them. So I guess it was decently well slept decently well yesterday. Contrast to the typical culture of the life. So sleepy. So I guess at the end of the day, the highlight of my convention was the seeing Holocure and seeing the panel about translation and few artists meet up, not really meet up, few artists seeing them in person. And the one idol that was performing on stage. Oh shit, wrong item. That was not what I meant to click. But I missed my down input. Oh, not good. Not good. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. No. I'm dead. Should have saved the ultimate. Oh well. Ah, new cutting board. Ah, this is where I was getting cutting board. Someone's getting stabbed. Oh, that was step found. Certain defensive wall that damages target behind you. Effectiveness increased on certain characters. I wonder what those characters are and what will be the characteristic of them in common, but I don't wanna die so soon, so I'll leave that as that. Alright, next up. Be Kiara, but I wanna do the end race on Kiara, so I'm gonna do Callie first. Callie and Kiara have somewhat similar attack. Callie is more rounded and Kiara is more elliptical, but it has a wide range attack, swooshing attack. Most of them has a small spot in the... Oh, 1 second. Has a like small spot that doesn't do the spot, that small arc that does no hit, there's no hitting. while Kiara is a bit more narrow and longer, he has like a very small spot that's right in front of her that doesn't hit. But Kelly is a bit more well-rounded, so it's a bit easier in terms of just hitting them. I guess I'll go more in when I'm playing Kiara, but so because of the hitbox are different, the way you usually move are a bit different. I'm so sleepy. One thing I want AX to do better is the organization. Like how many people was in there, like lying or whatever. And controlling the flow of the crowd, just kind of lacking. So on the day one, there's a pass between the two different building halls. There was so much traffic, so it took me like a half an hour to get to one end of the other end at the beginning of day one. What I ended up doing on the later time of day one is that they made it one way. So on this exit you can only exit, on this entrance you can only enter the hall. So always on the right side it goes to one way, so to the other way. This isn't their first time at AX, I mean the convention center. Why did they took them half the day to implement this? They should have like knowledge of how many people might attending and how much of flow, like how much of bottleneck is gonna cause here. They're the biggest convention in country about this, so should know how to do this, but yet so many of the staffs are volunteers and they don't really have a training, and the number of staffs are pretty small. All that stuff. Kinda expected more from them, but oh well. Police target period increase attack by 4% for 5 seconds, up to 80% penetration and refreshes duration on each target defeated. Okay, just more XP for now. By the way, you don't really need XP boost when you're doing story mission, you just wanna attack up and running fast as possible anyway. You don't... 20 minutes is not really long enough to get a decent benefit of the XP gain. I don't know, it's a nice habit I'm getting. I forgot what her ultimate was. We'll see when I use it, I guess. What time is it? 1 hour in? Probably gonna... Because I'm very sleepy right now. I wonder how does Callie does that. I wonder how Callie functions with 4 hours sleep each day. All the same time doing so many work, ranging from the stream to music making to creative works. Kinda impressive how much of all of this the skills and determination. I guess that's the main reason I kind of spend a lot of time watching them, because of how much of a great person. I mean, if you just look at the quality of the stream, like a technical quality or the streaming quality, or just look at the funny stuff, there's a lot of flaws in terms of the Miss streamers, but collectively they're just very impressive. Together they can just about do anything and everything, and they complement really well each other. The social dynamics are pretty jealous. I'm jealous of. They are really supportive of each other. Even though they're like continents away, they're trying to get as much of the thing as possible together as well. All that stuff. Pretty awesome. I guess it's just me that's something different, I guess, because of the I don't really watch clips, so I don't really know much about the memes or what's going on, but I only keep track of mostly whenever they're together, maybe it's like special occasions and stuff, so maybe I'm a little biased in terms of my perception of the whole of this. But well, I'm pretty satisfied with what they do. Even though I'm kind of getting less and less time that I can actually watch them, so it's kind of even my favorite thing. I used to watch all of them, but nowadays I can even the birthday calling today I missed it because I had to be in school. I don't know if I can. Well, if I didn't do this, probably have to catch the half of it. It was like 5 hours something, and this will be 2 hours. But I don't know. I want to improve myself. Be the person that is maybe even tenths of as good as they are. I'm sort of doing that with my friends in real life, trying to be more talkative and like have fun time together. Be more of take initiative in a sense and whatnot, because a lot of things in real life friends, a lot of things tend to just fall apart. Because not really because of the they don't get along well together, but more of the no one bothers to step up in terms of oh, let's hang out together this day, or why don't we try this, just something like that. Just like no one just there's like a no initial input that just things can fall through. So I try to be a bit more like that. I don't know if it's working or not, but at least I think it's working. I think at least it's getting better. We are having a bit much more fun time together, and the topics of talk is a bit more depth and the variation as well. So this idea of a streamer, you need to be able to keep the topic going. They talk a lot and keep on flow with constant. It's quite helpful in a sense, not directly, but in kind of in a skill level up wise, helpful in the real life. What am I saying? I don't know. My brain is like all dying. My brain is mush right now. This game, yes, does it. I know this is like just like a clone of the game mechanic of the Vampire Survivors, but this game does a pretty good job of making each character distinct, and the feels of the references and whatever to kind of well done as well. Can't tell. Balancing is there's some EP spots here and there, but a lot of the characters are sort of not too disadvantageous and not too advantageous. But well, of course, some characters are much better at certain things than the others. But you can sort of get away with most of things, especially in story mode, with any character and any combination. You still have a meaningful differences you can make in the builds. So it's a decently well made game. I wonder if I wonder if I should try making a fan game of my own as well. Although, problem is that the genre of it will be probably either RTX or the RPG, which isn't the easiest thing to do. Make as a fan game. Scope is too big, and it doesn't quite work. It doesn't work too well as a fan game either. More of a small segmented game like this is much better in terms of the, being a fan game, because you can have so much more aspect that you can have so much more different aspects that you can depict the distinction of the fandoms and characters. If it was RTS, it would be hard for us to have a distinction between the characters and showing the lores and whatever references. What am I talking? My brain is dying. Maybe you shouldn't really say that, even if it is true. It doesn't add anything to the train itself, so what's the point of saying it? You're saying things for the sake of saying things, which means you're doing a very bad job of restraining. And speak up a little bit more. Your voice is kind of down. You don't even know if it's coming through that well, you know? I wanna speak up a little bit more, maybe. Yeah, whatever. I'm pretty sure 80% of the gameplay time is spent on Kiara in this game. I don't really play the other characters all that often, so I'm not really that accustomed to different characters in this game. I think I heard a Lumen was a pretty decent endless going for the long high score stuff. This, what was it, Sana? Was it Sana and was pretty good at things too, like a kill list of things. But I don't really care. I wanna play. I don't really wanna get a high score. I just wanna get a satisfying score. Like our last 30 minutes. Now I see the giant Yago running at you. Or something like that. Although the longest I ever lasted in Endless was 28 minutes or so. This isn't that good. I don't know why I'm so tired. I know I haven't slept yet. I slept like 12 hours yesterday to make up for the no sleep the day before. Then no, that's 2 days ago. So Saturday to Sunday night, the Saturday night to Sunday morning I didn't sleep. Sunday to Monday, I slept 12 hours. Then Monday to Tuesday, so today, slept 6 hours. So it should be more than plenty of sleep, but I'm already so tired at the moment right now. It's like I'm having a jet lag, even though I haven't traveled at all. Other than for LA, which is north and south, so there's no time differences. I don't know. My brain is just not normal. Kinda random. I probably should ask the picture of me cosplaying from my friends so I can improve or whatever cosplay I do next time. Also, it feels like some of the classmates from today morning went to the AX as well. Oh, that's interesting. It spawned right on top of me, so I just grabbed it as it. I grabbed it without actually seeing it. I think we got from the when we got something from the Hololive boot at AX. They also gave out the Rolling Stone Cali interview thing. That's quite interesting. They had a segment about how the Cali's 3 songs that she thinks represent herself. One was the end of life, depicting Cali's past and her feeling about passing her heroes, the people who looked up, people who she looked up about, and a change into the simple detail. Then the other one was future song that's coming, which is a future. It's not released yet or something. They never said, so I don't know which song it is. Although even if I was released, I usually don't keep track of a Kelly song too well. It's probably there's a good chance I don't know. The songs I listen to of Kelly, because Kelly typically makes the songs young that I'm not usually listening to, like raps and stuff. But a few things I really liked the song was End of a Live Again, Red, and the first one, the Shisuremaska Arai Flip Kudasai or something like that, the first one. Where was I going with this? Yeah, the interview. It's kind of interesting and it tells a lot more deeply about the challenge and her state of mind. I think. Although it's like a 2-page A4 size printed small thing, so it isn't too long, but still does a good job of telling about stuff. I don't really watch her stream anymore. I barely have enough time to watch Kiara's stream, so. And because I don't really watch clips all that often, I have very little idea of what other Hololive members are doing. Which makes me kind of out of the lead on a lot of things, characteristics and their plan-wise. I don't know where I was going with that, but whatever. That's one topic down. Yes, I don't know. Maybe I really should get into making the fan game. Then I can ask other people about the representation of different talents. Oh, I didn't know what I skipped away too fast. I didn't know what I get, but I don't realize what I got. Doesn't really matter, I guess, because I got something. A weapon or skill, I guess. How can you stand there for a bit? Let's see, what else? I wonder people are sick of hearing this music, the same music suspects, over and over for an hour and a half now. I wonder if anyone, well, no one's watching, I guess, so it's fine, but I don't mind listening to the same music all the time, because that's what I usually do when I'm like feeling down. Just pick one song that's kind of not really cheer me up, but more like keeps me in a constant state, I guess. Sort of songs. So one song on loop over and over and over and over. Kind of keeps me stable. I'm used to listening to the same song over and over, but I can understand the people if you listen to the same thing over and over, it would be kind of painful. Yeah. Well, I guess for the Kiara one, I'll put on a Kiara music. Because conveniently, it keeps the pretty consistent playlist. There's the listener was kind of constantly updated, and there's a well categorized. Well, they're well updated, they're well categorized for the most part, and they're mostly complete as well. So, like, a lot of the other members don't really keep a consistent playlist on YouTube, so I had to either make it so I'll have to either make it manually or look for the one that's made by others. I mean, I know there's like a Hololive songs and cover playlist on the Hololive official channel as well sometimes. I could have just put that on and put on shuffle or something, but probably should have planned things better. Those Sana's Yagataratsu or whatever, the little worm looking thing, they're so big and kind of getting in the way in this segment of the game. Kind of hard to dodge them without either killing them or pushing them away. Nearing the end game, just like a minute more until the small armor comes out. Just not die until then, I guess. Kinda getting there because of the speed and the health of the enemies, quite a bit on the place, quite on a level that's kinda detrimental to me dodging them. So you need to be able to either kill them before they get to you or to run away before they get to you. But when both of them is kind of not an option anymore, you're just gonna die soon as you. Yeah, there's a big one, a small ammo. Yeah, once you have a collab, game's pretty decently easy because they're pretty strong. Oh! Win32 function fail, HRE Salt 0x800700E called D3D to create texture 2D at line 465 in the file texture MCPP. Game crashed! Is it working? I'm pretty sure my graphics card crashed just now. Probably should restart the game, but not the game computer, but let's see if it still works. Google pressure as well. So I have no control over the stream side. Okay, there we go, we're back. Yeah, my computer is not doing so well. And it's a simple game, even then it's kind of... My computer is barely having enough resources to handle things. Alright, where was I? What time was it? About half an hour to go, so I guess I'll just get to the endless mode. One last thing, but with the character I play the most. She's decently good, but on the end game kinda falls behind in a sense. But it's fun to play for me at least, and the characterization is a pretty good too. So first attack is a bit of a rounded version of Kali in a sense. But instead of like Kali, there's like a small gap, right? If you see that, that has a no hitbox. You have to watch out for the little thing they get in. It's pretty fun to like align you. Oh, dancer is good. So dancer makes increase the damage every time you keep moving. It forces you to keep on moving, so it's kind of fun. In a sense, it has a lot of downfall for a small bit of. It's not really a reliable increase in a sense because once you stop, it resets to 0. So you have to constantly be moving, but it's kind of hard in a game when you easily die, especially if you play the hardcore mode. Anyway, usually when I play other characters, I rarely upgrade the basic weapons, but with the Kiara, I really like to put the sword upgraded first. It's kind of fun the way I can just the way you can just snap like your attack direction. Kind of feel like you're dancing as well as you just swing along. I'm not doing too well right now, but hopefully my game doesn't crash again. Where did my August screen go? Oh, it's there, okay. Yeah. Okay, it's only eating up 10% of my GPU, so CPU should be fine. Phoenix Shield, this one is a bit iffy. It does block the damage for a while, but it's at once every 10 seconds and it doesn't really block right away. It happens, halves, and invulnerable for like half a second, so it's kind of weird, but whatever. It keeps with the lower sense. Although the in-joke about the Kiara shield is that because she's left-handed and holding a shield on the left hand, we kind of joke about her main weapon being the shield. So sword is there to parry and block, and shield is there to bash for damage. Well, that's kind of a running joke, inside joke. This one's good too, Trailblazer. This lives the fire behind her. So this one is very handy and slowing down the enemy behind you and killing the bosses by stacking the damage. Just a small section like this. Alright. So as you can see, as you more upgrade the Kiara sword, so much better it gets. And I like this stack. The timing, the attack. Let's see what I get. More sword, yay! Once we get to awaken, this looks really fancy. Like a basic attack. Although the attack kind of becomes obsolete by the end game, but early to mid game is just so strong that it's kind of worth it, at least for the way I play it. Wait! Look at the guns all fiery and like a big swing. It's so satisfying to see it hit. Because there's so many stacks of damage it does. You can get away with the you can pretty much beat the game with just a sword and a dancer. I mean just a sword as a weapon and get some skills with that supplemental. But this is endless, so I need to get the collab weapon as soon as possible. I need to stack up on the tanky skills like healings and negating damages. And a special is kinda alright, I guess. Kinda just push it deals a little bit of damage and put a circle of fire around it. It's alright, it's not very special compared to other characters. Special attacks, ultimate attack. Let's go with the X. So two collab weapon I like to get all of usually is the Fujoshi, and the Dragonfire. The yellow one is a BL Volcano X combined, and the fire is what's this? Masako, the Coco tail float thing, and the what's the other one? Anyway, whatever. Oh shit. I got stuck on the tree. Ooh, headphone and an cooking. Spider cooking. Spider cooking, Hachama cooking. So popular. Pretty much a lot of people, pretty much everyone knows about it. It's kind of interesting. I don't really know too much about the Hachama, but the reading up on about a story about how she was stuck in Australia for the pandemic and having to be creative because of the condition she was in that's kind of limiting in terms of streaming due to internet speed and whatnot. Kind of very interesting, all the story making she does and all the cooking stream, kind of intentionally making horrible creation of the horrible creation. What it was? Abomination of Mars sort of thing to it. It's a really good entertainment, I guess, because she's keeping people engaged. Total opposite of me. And that's how young she is too. It sounded really creepy, but I'm just saying that she's good at what she's doing. Okay? Where was that? I probably won't be able to do anything like that. I'm not that creative in terms of the entertainment. My expertise lies in more technical side, which I'm not really using because of my computer cannot handle the ideas I have. Hey, look at this. This is a simple game, not much to be going about. Oh yeah, you can use this trade link play to just stack damage on them. Also, if it's hard to hit, if it's hard to snap around 180, 90 degree work as well because of the there's a decent hitbox on the side of the swing as well. So you don't have to always do 180. Then you can just now do like 50%. What was I? Yeah, my expertise is more of a technical. Technically, I could just make the. Should be able to make the simple tracking virtual battle stuff. But probably gonna lag as hell. I'm not gonna keep tracking my computer. Especially, I'm not that good at optimizing stuff. and it's gonna end up calling ton of API and a tons of different programs into one single scene. I love this circle thing because you can hit so many of them at once. Good way to kill a number of enemies at once. What did I kill? What's this one from? Which character did I kill? I don't remember killing anything, any bosses. But I killed it, something. Oh. Glow stick. Oh, okay, 1 second. I was gonna do this, glow stick. Music off. Let's see if I can actually. Let's see if my computer can actually handle. I don't hear it. What happened? What? Why is it not working on sound-wise? Default sound. Ah, because default is wrong. There we go. 部屋に明けにあるという部屋にこられて何が本当の秋の話僕は降り注ぐ空に火をやつじと見られた姿はフェイトション流すまる試練の時に旅する見ててちょいで立つよりね今の僕望みされたいよわI haven't been so long since playing this song, so it's kind of hard to keep the lyrics and notes. Okay, so far my GPU is 80%, so it's holding. CPU, oh no, GPU is 30%, CPU is 80%, so it's holding. Alright, let me change. This one is when she did the cover with the who was it? Amen? Okay. That's a cute school uniform. And who was it? Kananaru or something? His name was the capture. Problem is that weapons I have, it's not like collabable. Yes, I can do the Aboriginal type basketball, I guess. And that's about it, so I need to get that up and running. Because the weapons I picked up, or weapons I got given, it's kind of like collab, not a collab item. Oh, whatever. Although I need to get them up and running before 15 many months, otherwise you're gonna have trouble keeping up. I don't even have a healing yet, so. Usually you want to save for the collab item upgrade, but right now I'm kind of running behind on the collab items. I'm gonna use the anvil to upgrade the weapons so I can get the collab item. Look at this, I cannot kill them in time to go ahead of the curve right now. It's gonna come back to bite me in the end because I'm not having a high level collab item, but I do need collab item like right now. Spark's still pretty fun. Oops. Game's lagging. My GPUs are going to 80%, and the CPUs are going to 90%. It's gonna crash soon if I don't watch out. Let me lower the quality. Okay, good. Okay, I need to get the boxes, but I can't get it there yet. Go, 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 go. Okay, good, good. I can get a pull-out one now. Okay, I just need to wait for the, just wait for the, end of this one now. Usually it doesn't take too long, but sometimes it takes forever. There we go. There it is. There we go. Ba 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 ba. Tonight, will be fine. Can't do that high. Yeah. Sometimes I could, but that, even then doesn't really sound that good. Well, that's what I get for it. That's just the nature of the way you do it. That's just the nature of the way. Your voice range. Yeah, this one has collab, I think, right? I don't know. This was kind of just a change from the routine sort of reveal screen, I guess. Oh, I'm feeling this one's pretty fun too. Goodbye thing. This is also one of the songs that are impossibly high for me. Yet, Kencho does it effortlessly in a sense. She's really good at singing. Okay, that's this. Idol Song 5. 2 more level before I can do full live again. I think. Decent well in terms of the damages. I'm gonna need to watch out for the pulse a little bit. The ones that get through the fire. The one downside of the Yasukoku throw pretty of a fight is that it makes everything hard to see. There's so much thing going on there. It kind of blocks the view. Yay, +5. No. Almost died there. Oh, kinda. Probably shouldn't do that. It's kinda painful here. The whistling doesn't quite come through, huh? Because of the noise cancelling. What's next? Ah, the Hinotori. This is a pretty fun song, and the fact that Callie wrote this in the back of a napkin drunk is kind of hilarious as well. It's a pretty good song too. I mean the lyrics, at least she's wrote it or something. Or the story goes, I guess. Game's lagging. Throwing my timings off on the map. There you go, now the little one, right? The small one. Yeah, the reason that the main weapon becomes obsolete is that I can't really turn around to deal damage, and even if I did, it doesn't have that much of enough damage on it to make that much of a difference. Laggy. What's next? Oh, this one's the Dokomi one, isn't it? What is it? Kinda hard to hear. 1 second, let me up the volume a bit. It is Viva Happy on the Dokomi. That was fun. It's kind of fun to think about it. Like, this is a person on the other side of the continent, world singing some songs I don't know about, yet I'm so hyped about things like that. Kind of interesting to think about. Viva Happy, I shouldn't do that. Yeah, healing I don't get. Probably the Bokera this year. I need more damage, but I think I don't have much slot left of that that I can add to damage. So I guess my next best bet is to get a more collab item. But I don't think I have enough time until the impossible run over 28 minutes to have a next collab item. Because at that point it becomes such a that they're fast enough that I cannot outrun them, and they're tanky enough that I cannot kill them fast. Kill them before they get to me. So it's kind of troublesome. Oh, computer, hold on. My computer's lagging again. Yeah, forget this one. It's a remix version. Yeah, the enemies are starting to get pretty tough. Trying to watch out. Oh yeah, well. Oh, this again? Oh, this is a... Comment or anything? Yeah, me comment. Just can't see anything anymore. can't see where I'm going. I'm gonna die. I need to pick a path that I can kill before they can get to me, otherwise I'm gonna run over by the other thing. Which makes the path I can take quite limited, which makes picking up items pretty hard, and if I make one mistake I'm likely to die. I think I picked up the wrong weapon. That wasn't the one that I should have picked up. Oh well, I'm gonna die soon anyway. Oh well. That was a end of the end list. 27 minutes, about a bit below typical, but oh well. So that was that. It's a pretty fun game. It's even for the indie game, the anime game, it's pretty solid. 1 second. Yep, I'll stop that. Yeah, so there's that. It's a pretty fun game. And even though I usually don't play at this roguelike game that you just kind of grind, unlock the coins and buy upgrades, I probably should have optimized this more. And there's this hardcore mode that can, if it just HP is 1 and just gives you a lot of score, but just make a 1 mistake and you're dead. It's kind of cool. And I probably should have unlocked the, let's see if I can get a better luck on stream. I still don't have the Mume here, so even though I have rolled enough to get like level 5 Cronin. Level 3 kill, level 5 Cronin, level 3 Fauna, level 3 Sauna, but no Mume. Oh well. Let's, well, I guess, debut. Cronin. Sauna. Sauna. Don't tell me after 8 pulls I'm not gonna have a name. Sauna. Fails. Sauna. Last roll. Iris. Oh, one more. Last roll. Iris. Of course I don't get it. Okay, sure, why not? I'll grind more later. And probably this is the only time I was trying this anyway. Yeah, I still have a few items I will unlock. I don't remember which character I haven't played for surviving 10 minutes thing, but oh well. I'll find out later. I play this game like it's a good game to play like a half an hour each segment, so I can just, whenever I can find a small segment of time I can play this. Just put this up and play for half an hour. Oh well. Well, so that's that. Tomorrow I'm gonna be back to the Bioshock. Probably. Unless my appointment goes wrong, and in that case I'll be just one video. Anyway, hopefully it wasn't so painful, and back to the void I go. Bye bye.